I just want to welcome you to the official Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Comic-Con panel in New York City 2013. I have no superpowers. So it's Friday night. I think this is the last panel of the night, right? No. Well, who cares? It is in my mind. Let's blow some sewer lids off this place. Come on. So first, I really seriously want to thank you guys, our dedicated fans, old and new, because we got it, across the whole spectrum here. And you guys have made this show what it is today. The property, it's one of the hottest properties that are out there. And just the fact that, gotta clap right in the front row, people. We're coming up on the 30-year anniversary since the comics launch. That's pretty amazing. So it's a true testament of time with the TMNT legacy. And just the fact that the Nickelodeon series is already a global phenomenon. So I have to thank you guys. So thank you all the way on the left. Woo! We have a lot of stuff to get to today. We have a lot of great stuff we want to show you, so I'm just going to jump right into it. I want to quickly introduce the real brain trust behind the series, the twisted and pretty wacky minds that actually bring this series to life. So without further ado, let me bring up our executive producer, a real turtle guru, it's hard for me to say that, turtle guru, Mr. Ciro Miele. Ciro likes it when we call him Kappa Papa. So, on the count of 3, can we get one of those? Say it again. Kappa Papa. Alright, ready? Call me Kappa Papa. 1, 2, 3. He just made his year. Okay, so next up is his partner in crime, our head writer, Mr. Brandon Amon. How's it going, little fans? He's such a head writer, he has a script in his back pocket. Look, there it is. He's working. I'm writing as we go, so you guys have ideas? Okay, so all the turtles wanted to, come out of the sewer today and be with us. However, a couple of them had to stay back in the lair and hold down the fort. So we only got a couple of them, but we were lucky enough to tear this guy away from all his inventions and all his gadget making. And so,
no way.
Let me actually. I'm supposed to do a PowerPoint now. Let me bring up Donatello. But before I actually bring up the actor, let's take a quick look at this guy and his latest gadgetry. Woo! Sound.
Okay, Mikey, the good news is these so-called zits aren't going to hurt you. And more importantly, they won't interfere with you making us breakfast.
That's a relief.
But the bad news is they'll continue to spread all over your body, spreading and spreading and spreading and spreading.
And then they disappear in a couple hours, right?
No. And then your entire body will mutate into one single, huge, giant, gargantuan.
So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the brainiac of the bunch, Mr. Rob Paulson.
And those of you, I know I have at least a couple of my parole officers in the audience tonight, so thank you very much, you guys. This is entirely too much fun, and turtle power.
Well, did you realize that you're looking more and more like your character every day?
I know. Oh, thank you. That's great, because I was a hockey player, so that'll be great. And what is really lovely about you folks being nice enough to cast me as Donatello is clearly silver hair goes much better with purple than brown did with red. So, and because Sean is a kick-ass Raphael, so I'm very grateful to be a two-time turtle. I figure if I live to be 100, I can knock all 4 of you. So thank you very much. And by the way, I want to also thank the parents of many of you out there because my son's teeth are straight today as a result of your parents buying action figures. Thank you.
All right, so next up, I want to bring up the guy, the party animal, the one who, you just love him to death. But, you know, again, Michael, before I bring him up, let's take a quick look at Mikey being Mikey, or as he would say, doing like a turtle do.
You guys treat me like I'm a big goofball all the time. So I found this vial in Donnie's lab. The label says it'll make you super cool.
No, it says you're supposed to keep it super cool. As it This was a reject batch of retro mutagen, Mikey. It's dangerous!
Well, you could have made it a little more clear. I'm not that clear.
All right, let's welcome to the stage the eccentric and electrifying Greg Sykes.
I can skating in. Nice. Wow.
What's up, Turtle family?
This is awesome. How y'all feeling? Let me hear you say booyakasha!
That's what's up. Nice intro. Yeah, thanks. All right. And then as a little added, oh, you put some freckles on your face. You see that there? Greg? Huh? You put some freckles on your face.
Seeing all my turtle gear out of the
Look at your
way.
picture, dude.
Oh. Yeah, do that. He really is Mikey. All right, so next up, as a little added bonus, you know, we got the guy here who is their father figure. He's their focus. He's their wisdom. He is Splinter. Now, we're going to be part of Splinter. Just a quick clip of Splinter and all his wisdom.
This is a rough footage.
It's a rough.
The cheese ball, truly an emergency. You know, what is the problem? Do not fear, my son. I am on my way.
Clearly an emergency.
Oh, man.
So please welcome to the stage and bow for the awesomely all-knowing and inspiring Mr. Hoon Lee. Right here. So, guys, welcome. Thank you all for being here. You know, we did this little thing in San Diego, and we did it with Shredder. Oh, yeah,
I was
sorry.
there for that
I'm gonna do a couple things here. I'm not good at my job. There, can we do the character? It's not going. There we go.
Nice.
Dude, they're all growing into their characters. But we did this thing with Shredder at San Diego Comic-Con, and we only felt it was nice and fair to do a little rendition for Hoon Lee here to do in his best voice, this Splinter rendition of that. So this is a little thing I ordered off my menu last night at the hotel.
Oh, I remember this
wanted
at
Hoon Lee,
San
if you could read this. If you could read this in your best Splinter voice.
It says apply to affected areas.
Oh, not that one. Shoot.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, too late.
Free range, organic brown, wild duck breast. And leg, but not the thigh, because that's too fatty. Stuffed with hand-polished Israeli pearl couscous, surrounded by a sprinkling of sun-dried heirloom apple, picked by virtuous women. Under a full moon, and crescendoed by Kalamata olives, picked by my Greek grandmother in Brunswick, 1999.
Did you write that?
That was a good description of food item.
That sounds delicious.
I'm sorry, Rachel can't do this anymore. I need some couscous.
On the way. So let me just go down the line a little bit. Hey, Rob. So Donnie invents a lot of inventions throughout the whole thing, right? And we just saw that quick clip. You had like a zip turtle scanner. What's the coolest thing that Donnie's invented in your mind?
In my mind, Donnie has invented another job for himself. The fact that he's working and gets a check from you lovely people is a pretty cool thing. No, I think I think probably Shellraiser. You know, that was right? Yeah, I'm very proud of that in particular. That and apparently it's moving a couple of action figures, so all of which is good. It's good to be a turtle.
Nice. And Greg, you know, it's also clear from your clip that, you know, obviously the actors, I mean the other characters, you're really concerned what your brothers think about you and take you seriously. So what is it about Mikey that makes you so loved and valuable to the team?
I don't know, you all tell me. I just think it's the fact that he's just so available to having fun and ultimately
What?
right?
So positive.
Yeah, positive, and I basically like to call him a nowist, you know? He just exists in the now, so he's not thinking about the future or the past, he's having fun in the now, which gives him the ability to kind of react like a cat, which makes him really an amazing martial artist, so the turtles wouldn't be nothing without Mikey, actually.
I think if Donatello could add that, he would say, Mikey, I love you and you are just the right amount of stupid.
What's that mean?
Doesn't matter. Here, I'll take it from here.
Thanks, dude.
All right,
Nice.
so season 2 launches tomorrow, you guys. One of the biggest additions to the team is Casey Jones. You just and that is voiced by Nickelodeon alum Josh Peck from Josh and Drake.
Pretty cool.
So you really want me to make it, but Cyril, if you can just quickly give us a summation of season 1.
Yeah, well, season 1 did a lot of stuff, and in the finale we got to see a lot of good stuff. We saw the beginning of April's powers, kind of hinting at the fact that we kind of opened up the idea that she has probably some kind of connection with the Krang and what that's going to be, so that's wide open. The Krang kind of showed us some of their real plans by unveiling the Technodrome over the city. Most importantly, though, I think, you know, it was the Turtles. They've done a lot of, you know, a lot of heroic stuff over the course of the series, but in that finale, I think they truly became heroes in showing that they could save really all of New York City. But my favorite thing is the real business of Splinter finally facing off against Shredder. I mean, the idea that he had to face so much, and you know, it was a lot of him facing his fear and coming out and facing off against him. And to me, it's great because it signifies the beginning of the end of that. They're over their jitters. And now that they've known about each other still being around, but that they finally faced off is great. And to pay that out eventually is going to be just so gratifying.
So, leading into that, how about you give us a setup of season 2?
Well, season 2, I mean, really, we come into the first episode of season 2 with basically a couple months have passed. The Turtles have gotten a little soft. They've been like partying, kind of like skating, eating pizza, having fun. Unbeknownst to them, the Krang have survived, and all the while, Shredder's been scheming.
Actually, do you guys want to see the episode? So can we watch it?
I mean, I think I just set up the clip. I mean, it's gonna pick up right where I stopped talking. This is the first episode.
Man, that was great.
I wanted to stop.
Oh, there's plenty more. There's so much going on in this season. It's actually amazing. So actually talking about that, Brandon, why don't you talk a little bit? This is the first time you joined in after season 1, so this is kind of like your baby here.
Yeah, no, it's so much fun. So you guys were into the episode? You guys liked it? I think for season 2, the thing that will excite you guys the most is the addition of a 5th turtle, Venus de Milo. Come on, guys. Venus! Love that.
He's joking.
It's a joke. Don't do this to me. There's no Venus. For this one, guys, it's exciting because the addition of Casey Jones. It's so exciting that we have this great Casey rap battle coming up. You guys are gonna love it. We're gonna eat it up. And also revitalizing, you know, some of the old mutants from the classic series and the classic comics. You guys are gonna be so excited this season.
Yeah, we got a long time to get into everybody. Let's just focus on Casey for a few episodes.
Yeah, you guys will love Casey.
I want the 3D movie.
I know.
Yeah.
It's coming out. So Zero, and continuing that kind of conversation, because all those canisters of mutagen that just went across the whole city, those are all going to become something, or that's a lot of trouble there. So why don't you talk a little bit about that?
I think what we wanted to do with season 2 was kind of, you know, give Donatello a chance to kind of show how he's a leader and let him kind of lead the group as scientists.
I like that idea. Thank you.
Means a 10% raise for Rob Paulson.
Yeah.
No, but honestly, like the idea of these guys going out and actually, you know, thinking about mutagen and what it does, and also like underneath the pressure of this idea of like monsters running amok, or almost like a monster scavenger hunt. You know, we kind of try to come up with. There's enough going on in the show all the time, whether it's the Splinter Shredder feud and Karai, all these great sub-stories, but to be able to create something that just kind of creates a ticking clock that we have to collect all the mutagen is great. And also to get into Donatello really trying to figure out, now that you guys have seen this episode, I can kind of talk about it, he needs to desperately create a retro mutagen so that not only can he help Kirby, but so that April won't hate him for the rest of his life and just absolutely kill him.
It's really tough getting a chick when you're a turtle, you know? So when you got one, you gotta try to hold on to it.
So obviously there was a little bit of a swirl there at the end. We're gonna have all kinds of monsters, one of which will be the Swirloids.
Yep.
We'll probably see Mutagen Man, right?
Mutagen Man.
We'll see Mutagen do other stuff like give Michelangelo terrible acne.
Yeah, that's really cool.
But one of the guys, I mean there's a lot of mutants, one of them specifically that's great is our favorite, and he's Italian-American approved, Pizza Face.
Oh, no way.
Pizza Face?
Yeah.
We love us some Pizza Face. Now, it's rare that you can find someone that both makes you want to eat melted cheese and sauce so terribly and vomit at the same time.
I actually have a clip of Pizza Face. This is an animatic clip, so it's not finished. Obviously,
Cool, I think this is one of our guys, Sheldon Bella. He is amazing. It's his drawings, literally.
Let's take a look.
Oh, wow.
The jig is up, Pizza Face!
Pizza face? I like that. Pizza is for the face. Get it!
Guys, snap out of it! Oops, sorry, D. Oh man, sorry, Leo. Not sorry, Raph. Isn't it amazing what Stuart and the Nickelodeon crew does from, you know, all these steps? To get it from natural to looks like, it just keeps getting better. I've never seen an animated show on TV that looks as amazing and so next level as our show. For real.
Isn't it amazing how Michelangelo is literally just Michael Sice?
We actually have a picture of Pizza Face here. It is all his cheesy flavor.
I don't know if I can
It's got mushroom right
Great for a Clearasil commercial.
It's making me hungry.
Actually, I got another little clip here because one of the best things about this whole episode is that we get to see Mikey and his culinary skills. So I had to show this. It's so funny.
Now, what would be in the best pizza ever? Duh! Hot sauce! I love
Those
hot sauce on my pizza. I love a little hot sauce, yes I do. But hot sauce isn't hot without sardines, son. It just tastes like a pile of sticky goo. Some protein from a pile of worms, some garlic
marshmallows too. But where the second food? If you please, I'm missing the most important part. Cheese! A cheese sickle. I need my cheese sickle. Ice cream kitty, give me a cheese sickle. Come on. Kitty.
Wow.
Actually, Greg, could you do us the honor?
Sure. I love a little hot sauce on my pizza. I love a little hot sauce, yes I do. But a hot sauce isn't hot without sardines, son. It just tastes like a pile of sticky goo. Some protein from a pile of worms, some garlic chives and marshmallows too. But wait a second, fool. If you please, I'm missing the most important part. Cheese! A cheese sickle, I need my cheese sickle. Ice cream kitty, give me some cheese sickle. Come on, kitty. Come on, kitty.
Thank you. No, thank you. We'll have nightmares now. So, Zero, moving into season 2. You know, we got the cranes still there, and they're getting more and more vicious, I'll say. And so we also get to learn a little more about the crane, and we get a sneak peek into some of the various dimensions of where they're coming from. You want to just talk about that a little bit?
Well, yeah, like real briefly, basically, the crane from Dimension X in our series. And we've hinted and talked about it a little bit, but we're actually gonna towards the end of the season, we're actually gonna spend a whole episode in Dimension X. So it's pretty amazing. It's quite the undertaking. But even all through getting up to that, we get into some interdimensional trouble. And at one point, actually, the turtles, we talked about the 80s turtles. They actually ripped open the 80s, a dimension into the 80s. And we have a little We actually had Rob speaking to himself.
Yeah, I know. And I gotta tell you, it was so bitchin' to see. Honest to God, it is. I mean, I said this last year, and it's such a profound thrill to be able to do this and to see what amazing support the show has. And I swear to God, no pun intended, but to be working on such an evergreen franchise, it's astonishing, really. And to have the other three guys, you know, Cam Clark and Townsend Coleman and Barry Gordon come in was really surreal in the coolest way. But what is so great about another shot at this, in addition to this incredible outpouring of love and affection, is to have people who come up to me sort of in a 25 to 35-year-old range and say, you know what, I gotta tell you, man, I wasn't so sure about this new Ninja Turtles thing because, man, you're screwing with my childhood, you know, and all that stuff. Like they would actively go out and try to screw up your childhood. But then what inevitably happens, and it's happened here probably a dozen times today, is people come up and say, you know what, I am crazy about the new show because the people who are making it get the mythology. They completely respect the audience. They understand the characters. It's a huge thrill to be part of it, and to see a bunch of people who are kind of on the fence now totally embracing the show is astonishing. So thank you so much for paying attention.
Thanks, Nickelodeon. This show is just a love fest, as you can tell.
That's great.
So I have to keep moving because we got a lot more stuff I want to show. You guys want to see more sneak peeks and... I gotta keep going. So, Brandon, talk a little bit about April and some of her psychic powers because she starts to get that more in tune as the series goes on. So.
Well, as season 2 develops, we'll get to see more of April's psychic abilities, and we'll find out more about her connection to the Krang. And in season 2, we discover a mysterious investigator named Kurtzman who knows more about the Krang invasion and April's powers than anyone else. So let's watch a clip.
Wow, you just went right through it.
There you go.
Watching a clip.
Well, I guess we've seen enough here, guys. Let's get out of here.
Whoa! Don't hurt me. I'm a friend.
Stalker's more like it.
After all these months, finally face to face with the talking Ninja Turtles and April O'Neil herself.
You better start talking, pal. What's with the photos? Who are you?
The name's Kurtzman. I was a journalist on the case of the missing scientists last year. And then I discovered something much bigger. The Crane. The alien infiltration is long-lived. Ancient, in fact. The Crane has been trying to use mutagen to terraform the Earth for thousands of years. But they couldn't use the mutagen in our universe without a specific chain of human DNA. They spent millennia capturing, shaping humankind's genetic code. Until finally...
Cliffhanger.
So that animation isn't finished, obviously. That's actually Robert Forster.
Yeah, what a great gig. You can work with actors like Robert Forster.
I know. And he's just in Breaking Bad.
So, where did whose idea was it to have
Robert Forster's the man.
Thousands of years? Is that what it is?
Well, it's like, we wanted to play, we were playing with the idea basically that they've always been here amongst us, almost like a corner, and they keep coming back and trying to rehash their plans. So yeah, they've been around forever. I don't remember that ever happening so much before, and I know it didn't really happen in the old Mirage book, so add that extra dimension to it all.
Yeah, and then also, the turtles have become great fighters, right, throughout over season 1, and they're constantly developing their weapons and their training and so forth. But so has Shredder. So how has he ramped up the ante with the foot?
Well, basically Shredder in season 2 finally realizes that he's underestimated the turtles as like a true threat. So he does something. He basically decides to go and find a cunning new warrior to help kind of build up his army. He leaves Karai in charge, which creates other situations. But he finds this guy named Tiger Claw. Tiger Claw is pretty interesting without getting too much into him. He was basically mutated as a boy, then by the Krang actually, and turned into a mutant tiger man child boy. Joined the circus, became like pretty proficient sharpshooter and acrobat. He was just a circus performer. And later he kind of became part of the underworld and became like a very top level hired mercenary. So it's going to be interesting to basically bring him into the fold. Plus the other thing that we really always wanted to see was the cat versus the rat. So that's kind of I think what this clip is. I didn't pay attention.
We have a little clip too.
We have a little awesome clip of Tiger Claw.
So this is another animatic clip. You guys are seeing this stuff fresh and hot. And, a lot of it's not done, so we're really giving you a lot of sneak peeks today. But here it goes.
Woo! I am tired of waiting. Your lives end now.
This is it! I love you guys! Ralph, it was me who ate your last pizza, chocolate pepperoni pizza! I'm sorry, man. I'm so hungry.
Release my sons! Now!
急須ネックをガンと湧いたものだが、果たしてどうかな。知りたいか？
What? Sick.
I prefer to slice you into bite-sized pieces.
Oh, that's gonna be dope. Oh, yes. Yes, I like that.
I actually want to go to Moon real quick because you were a huge fan of the Mirage comics, right? Like way back in the day. So, yeah. How do you you're such a badass, and your character's pretty badass too. How do you feel about all these things that are being incorporated from the comic books and being reinvented to today?
Oh, I think Rob touched upon it best when he said that, first season we were hoping to kind of honor the legacy, but also start to forge our own take on it. And we were just hoping that people who had known the franchise before would come out and force and support it. That absolutely happened. So again, thank you for that. But it's part of the opportunity now moving forward is to build off that foundation and start to really explore new terrain. And I think that that's the stuff that's really exciting for me to see in the second season. There's things that maybe were less developed in some of the comic books, or characters that maybe had that were fleshed out less, are being deepened and are being richer. And that way you can kind of keep a focus on what has come before, but also start to round it out a bit more and start to make the entire stew a bit more tasty. So I think that the most exciting thing for me, in coming from it as someone who saw the original comics, is to see that they've very astutely kind of honored what was there in those original books, but have really pushed it forward into a new dimension, literally into a new dimension. So.
Very cool, and I forgot to do this earlier in the show, but I really wanted to give a shout out to, he's not here today. I know he's flying in tonight, so he will be at Comic-Con later, but Kevin Eastman. He's just an amazing, amazing guy. And he's become quite a few friends of all of ours, so we just really appreciate him. So we have to love him. We love him. I think we have actually a couple extra minutes to do some Q&A. So, are there some microphones lined up in the aisles? We only got a few minutes.
It's not a contact sport, kids.
Before we get started,
wow, look at all the people!
Probably more than enough. All right, let's go over here. Is there a microphone there? Yeah, go ahead.
I think it's XXD. Dimension X. When you bring these old characters back and make something that's very new this season, how do you go about doing that? What's your thought process?
Basically, how do I take an old existing thing that I like and give it some respect and make it new? It's always different, but usually like we try to boil it down and figure out what that character is about, and then from there it kind of becomes about story, you know? So we would try to find a story that kind of fits those characters, that actually brings their personality or what they are in their core out, you know? Is this guy Frankenstein, is this guy Wolfman? Those are two very different things. So I think that really, you know, finding the right story is one of the bigger things. As far as design goes, you know, you just slowly good taste.
Cool, thank you. Good. 3 minutes, all right. Hey, everybody, I'll take questions. Right before, because a lot of people are leaving right now, I just want to say thank you again to you guys for coming out today. You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
Show the power! So, watch the series on Saturdays at 11 a.m. All right, next question, please. Oh, over to the side. Left side. There you go.
Hi, now with the introduction of Casey Jones into season 2, how is that going to affect Donatello's relationship with April?
I'm going to kick his ass.
We actually had it, but I had to cut it for time. But yeah, how does that affect
It's really cool what it does. And I have to say, one of the cool things about the show is that we have a lot of people come up to me, particularly beautiful young ladies, and say, I just love this relationship between Donnie and April. You know, this unrequited interspecies romance, man. It's pretty cool. Which is a felony in most galaxies, but not in ours. But what's really cool is that Josh is excellent, so there is a whole new dimension of you know, this competition. You know, trying to
triangle or something.
Yeah, that's right. It's cool. Trying to impress your girlfriend, man. It's really cool. But the fact is that we need Casey. So you know, there's this dynamic where Donnie is trying to win April's affection, and Casey's
it's really funny to watch you lose your marbles all the time.
Oh man, because Casey's a badass, you know, and he's very impressive. But then he comes and saves the day, and we save each other, and it adds a really cool dimension to the story. Thank you for asking.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, next question over here on the right.
Hey guys, love the show. Just wanted to know, is there a chance we'll get like a flash forward episode and see what some mutant Ninja Turtles are doing in the future?
I'm actually going to be Michelangelo in the next one. So just so you know.
Looking forward really far ahead, I do think we're going to be seeing a little bit of what happens beyond our timeline. It's far off. Yeah, but I'm not, you know, time-jumping turtles, that's kind of cool. Turtles in time.
Yeah.
Woo! And one more question on the left side over here.
Hi guys, you guys have such amazing voices, and I really love the music to the show.
Thank you.
So I was wondering if you guys would ever consider doing like some songs and putting a CD out or something with your characters.
Turtle rap?
Yeah.
I would love that.
That would be amazing.
With Vanilla Ice?
Here we go, we're gonna freestyle. Ready, Rob?
I'm a turtle, don't you know? I don't care to say. My
big friend Greg on a dance.
Gotta bust a beat. My name is Mikey, thanks for coming out. Come on now, y'all, let me hear you shout. Booyakasha, 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 go! Hear it, come on, let me hear you hear it louder. Come on, y'all, Comic-Con 2013, New York, thank you all, peace!